Hello, my friends, and welcome back to English Spark. In this episode, I will teach you 150 real English sentences for everyday shopping situations. You will hear each sentence clearly one by one. Then I will explain the meaning, and then you will repeat after me. This is perfect for practice, speaking, and shadowing. Let's begin. Part 1. At the supermarket. Where can I find the milk? You're asking where the milk is kept. Now you repeat, where can I find the milk? Is this on sale? You want to know if something is cheaper today. Now you repeat, is this on sale? How much is a kilo of apples? You're asking about the price per kilo. Now you repeat, how much is a kilo of apples? Can I pay by card? You're asking if you can use your debit or credit card. Now you repeat, can I pay by card? I will take 2 of these, please. You want to buy 2 items. Now you repeat, I will take 2 of these, please. Can I get a receipt, please? You use this when you want proof of payment. Now you repeat, can I get a receipt, please? Do you sell vegetarian options? You're asking about meat-free food. Now you repeat, do you sell vegetarian options? Excuse me, these eggs are broken. You use this when you want to report a problem with the eggs. Now you repeat, excuse me, these eggs are broken. I'd like a bag, please. You use this when you need a shopping bag. Now you repeat, I'd like a bag, please. Part 2. Buying clothes. Can I try this on? You're asking if you can wear the item to check the size. Now you repeat, can I try this on? Where are the changing rooms? You want to know where you can try on clothes. Or, where are the fitting rooms? Now you repeat, where are the changing rooms? Do you have this in a medium? You use this when you're asking for a different size. Now you repeat, do you have this in a medium? It's too big for me. You use this when the item does not fit well because it's too big. Now you repeat, it's too big for me. I'll take the black one instead. You use this when you're choosing a different color. Now you repeat, I'll take the black one instead. Is there a discount on this item? You use this when you're asking if there is a lower price. Now you repeat, is there a discount on this item? What's your return policy? You use this when you want to know if you can return the item later. Now you repeat, what's your return policy? These shoes are too tight. You use this when the shoes feel small or uncomfortable. Now you repeat, these shoes are too tight. I'm just looking, thank you. You use this when you are not ready to buy anything yet. You are just browsing. Now you repeat, I'm just looking, thank you. Do you have anything cheaper? You use this when you're asking for a cheaper, lower-priced option. Now you repeat, do you have anything cheaper? Part 3. At the electronics store. Can you help me with this phone? You use this when you need assistance with the phone. Now you repeat, can you help me with this phone? Does this come with a warranty? You use this when you're asking if the item includes repair coverage. Now you repeat, does this come with a warranty? How long does the battery last? You use this when you're asking about battery life. Now you repeat, how long does the battery last? Is this the latest model? You use this when you're asking if the item is the newest version. Now you repeat, is this the latest model? Can I return it if it doesn't work? You use this when you're asking about returning a faulty item. Now you repeat, can I return it if it doesn't work? I'm looking for a laptop under $500. You use this when you are stating your budget for a laptop. Now you repeat, I'm looking for a laptop under $500. What's the difference between these two? You use this when you're comparing 2 products. Now you repeat, What's the difference between these two? I'll take this one, please. You use this when you have made your choice and want an item. Now you repeat. I'll take this one, please. Can I see a demo? You use this when you're asking someone to show you how an electronic item works. Now you repeat. Can I see a demo? Does it come with a charger? You're asking if the charger is included. Now you repeat. Does it come with a charger? Part 4. At the pharmacy. Do you have anything for a headache? You use this when you're asking for medicine to treat a headache. Now you repeat. Do you have anything for a headache? Is this over the counter? You use this when you're asking if you need a prescription. If you don't, it's over the counter. Now you repeat. Is this over the counter? How often should I take it? You use this when you're asking how many times a day you should use the medicine. Now you repeat. How often should I take it? Can I speak to the pharmacist? You use this when you want to talk to a medical expert. Now you repeat. Can I speak to the pharmacist? Do you sell vitamins? You use this when you're asking for health supplements. Now you repeat. Do you sell vitamins? I need something for a sore throat. You use this when you're asking for help with throat pain. Now you repeat. I need something for a sore throat. Can I get a refill on this prescription? You use this when you're asking for more of your prescribed medicine. Now you repeat. Can I get a refill on this prescription? Does this have any side effects? You use this when you're asking about possible bad reactions. Now you repeat. Does this have any side effects? Can I buy just one box? You use this when you're asking to buy a small amount. Now you repeat. Can I buy just one box?
Part 5. At a market or small shop. Can you give me a better price? You use this when you're asking for a discount or a lower price. Now you repeat. Can you give me a better price? I'll take 3 for £5. You use this when you're offering a price for more than one item. Now you repeat. I'll take 3 for £5. Is this handmade? You use this when you want to know if the item is made by hand. Now repeat this one. Is this handmade? Where is this from? You use this when you want to know about the origin of the product. Now you repeat. Where is this from? Can I see the other colors? You want to check more color options. Now you repeat. Can I see the other colors? That's too expensive for me. You use this when you're saying the price is too high. Now you repeat. That's too expensive for me. It looks nice, but I'll think about it. This means you're not ready to buy yet and need to think about it. Now you repeat. It looks nice, but I'll think about it. Do you accept cash only? You use this when you want to know about payment options. Now you repeat. Do you accept cash only? This is exactly what I was looking for. You use this when you find what you wanted. Now you repeat. This is exactly what I was looking for. Can you wrap this for me? You're asking for gift wrapping. Now you repeat. Can you wrap this for me? Part 6. Shopping online. How long does delivery take? You use this when you're asking when your item will arrive. Now repeat this one. How long does delivery take? Do you offer free shipping? You're asking if the item will be sent to you free of charge. Now you repeat. Do you offer free shipping? Can I track my order? You use this when you're asking to follow your package online. Now you repeat. Can I track my order? I haven't received my order yet. You use this when you're reporting a delivery problem. Now you repeat. I haven't received my order yet. Can I return this if it doesn't fit? You use this when you're asking about returning items. Now you repeat. Can I return this if it doesn't fit? What's your return policy? You use this when you want to know the rules for sending items back. Now you repeat. What's your return policy? Do you have this in another color? You're asking about color choices and options. Now you repeat, do you have this in another color? Is my payment secure? You're asking if your card details are safe. Now you repeat, is my payment secure? Can I change the delivery address? You use this when you're asking to send the item to a different place. Now you repeat, can I change the delivery address? I'd like to cancel my order. You use this when you want to stop or cancel the order. Now you repeat, I'd like to cancel my order. Part 7. At a cafe or coffee shop. Can I see the menu, please? You're asking to look at the list of food and drinks. Now you repeat, can I see the menu, please? What do you recommend? You're asking for a food or drink suggestion. Now you repeat, what do you recommend? I'll have a coffee, please. You use this when you want to order a cup of coffee. Now you repeat, I'll have a coffee, please. Can I get that to go? You're asking to take your drink or food with you. Now you repeat, can I get that to go? Do you have any non-dairy milk? You're asking for milk that's not from animals. Now you repeat, do you have any non-dairy milk? I'd like it with no sugar. You're asking for your tea or coffee without sugar. Now repeat this one. I'd like it with no sugar. Is there Wi-Fi here? You're asking if internet is available. Now you repeat, is there Wi-Fi here? Can I have a glass of water, please? You use this to politely ask for water. Now you repeat, can I have a glass of water, please? Do you take card or cash? You use this to ask how you can pay. Now you repeat, do you take card or cash? That's all, thank you. You use this when you're saying your order is complete. Now you repeat, that's all, thank you.
Part 8. Buying train tickets. Where can I buy a ticket? You use this when you're asking where to buy a train ticket. Now you repeat, where can I buy a ticket? How much is a ticket to London? You're asking about the price for a specific destination. Now you repeat, how much is a ticket to London? What time is the next train? You use this when you're asking when the next train leaves. Now you repeat, what time is the next train? Is this a direct train? You use this when you're asking if you need to change trains. Now you repeat, is this a direct train? Does this train stop at Oxford? You use this to know if the train goes to a specific place. Now you repeat, does this train stop at Oxford? Can I book a return ticket? You use this when you're asking for a round trip, not just a one-way ticket. Now you repeat, can I book a return ticket? Can I pay with card? You use this when you're asking about payment options. Now you repeat, can I pay with card? Do I need to book in advance? You use this when you're asking if you must buy your tickets early. Now you repeat, do I need to book in advance? Which platform does it leave from? You use this when you're asking where the train departs. Now you repeat, which platform does it leave from? Can I get a student discount? You use this when you're asking for a lower price if you are a student. Now you repeat, can I get a student discount? Part 9. At a bookstore. Do you have this book in stock? You're asking if the book is available right now. Now you repeat, do you have this book in stock? Where can I find travel books? You're asking about the section with books on travel. Now you repeat, where can I find travel books? Is this available in paperback? You're asking if there's a soft cover version. Now you repeat, is this available in paperback? Do you sell notebooks and pens? You're asking about stationery items. Now you repeat, do you sell notebooks and pens? I'm looking for children's books. You're asking for a specific type of book. Now you repeat, I'm looking for children's books. Can I order it if it's not here? You're asking to request a book they don't have. Now you repeat, can I order it if it's not here? How much is this one? You're asking about the price of a book. Now you repeat, how much is this one?
Part 10. At the post office. I'd like to send this letter. You're telling the clerk you want to post a letter. Now you repeat, I'd like to send this letter. How much is it to send this to France? You're asking about the cost of posting something to France. Now you repeat, how much is it to send this to France? Do you have any stamps? You're asking if they sell stamps. Now you repeat, do you have any stamps? I need a large envelope. You're asking to buy a bigger envelope. Now you repeat, I need a large envelope. Can I send this by express delivery? You're asking for fast shipping. Now you repeat, can I send this by express delivery? When will it arrive? You're asking about the delivery time. Now you repeat, when will it arrive? Do I need to fill out a customs form? You're asking if a special form is needed for international mail. Now you repeat, do I need to fill out a customs form? Can I track this package? You're asking if you can follow the delivery online. Now you repeat, can I track this package? Can I insure this item? You're asking to protect the package in case it's lost or damaged. Now you repeat, can I insure this item? Part 12. Buying shoes. I'm looking for a pair of walking shoes. You're telling the shop assistant what kind of shoes you want. Now you repeat, I'm looking for a pair of walking shoes. Do you have this in size 42? You're asking if they have your size. Now you repeat, do you have this in size 42? Can I try these on? You use this when you want to see if the shoes fit. Now you repeat, can I try these on? Do they come in black? You're asking if the shoes are available in another color. Now you repeat, do they come in black? These are too tight. You're saying the shoes are not comfortable. Now you repeat, these are too tight. Do you have a bigger size? You're asking for one size up. Now you repeat, do you have a bigger size? They feel comfortable. You're saying the shoes fit well. Now you repeat, they feel comfortable. Part 13. Buying perfume or fragrance. I'm looking for a new perfume. You're telling the assistant you want to try something new. Now you repeat, I'm looking for a new perfume. Can I try this one? You're asking to test a specific perfume. Now you repeat, can I try this one? Do you have any testers? You're asking if you can try before buying. Now you repeat, do you have any testers? I'm looking for something light and fresh. You're describing the kind of scent you want. Now you repeat, I'm looking for something light and fresh. Is this for men or women? You're asking about the target customer. Now you repeat, is this for men or women? What are the main notes in this perfume? You're asking about the key smells or ingredients. Now you repeat, what are the main notes in this perfume? How long does it last? You're asking how many hours the scent stays on the skin. Now you repeat, how long does it last? Okay, well done. You've just learned over 150 shopping sentences. You now have the language to feel confident buying clothes, sending packages, shopping online, and much more, all in English. Thanks for learning with me, and until next time, keep learning, keep speaking, and keep believing in yourself. This is English Spark. Bye for now.